good, people? It's your boy LR. Welcome to the 1/6 Scale Man YouTube page. As always, we bring you the best in collectibles, figures, 1/6 scale, of course. And today I'm proud to bring you this figure. I've been waiting for this for a minute, of course. It is the VGM34 1/6 figure, Spider-Man himself, SVSM. You know what it is, Scarlet Spider. Been waiting for this figure for a minute and finally got it in hand. So, yo, let's keep it short and sweet and get right into it. Now, this is an exclusive. This was an actual Toy Fair exclusive. So it was one of the ones that you actually had to pre-order. Once you pre-ordered the figure, you had to pretty much, you know, it was one of those things where you had to go on a waiting list. Once the waiting list, or you went on the waiting list, and once they made it available to pre-order, you had to pre-order right then and there. So it was a bit of a wait and a bit of a challenge, but finally got it, so I'm happy. But without further ado, let's just jump into it. As you see, it is the Scarlet Spider, Spider-Man himself. This is basically from the video game, Sony video game version. The box is, you know, exquisite, of course. I like the color palette they have on there. You have the Scarlet Spider in the beginning. You have the, you know, Hot Toys logo at the bottom, of course. At the top, we have the Sideshow logo, because pretty much that's where it came from. Love Sideshow, as always. They always do good business. But yeah, as you can see, you have the Scarlet Spider on the front. Nice little logo. If we switch this to the side, of course, you know, it just has like the Marvel animated scale here that you can actually see. It's the video game animated version. Kind of like it. I like the way they did it, the detail they put in this box. I like the display, pretty good. You have the Spider-Man logo on the side. And you know what? This box is amazing. On the back, of course, you have the warning. You know, you have everything that's actually there. And this is basically one of those boxes where it actually has the open shell, the open cover. So basically when you open it up, of course, voila, you get that Scarlet Spider. Now, haven't really cracked it open yet. I'm gonna pull out all the accessories. I didn't want to get too much into the figure already, but as you can see here, we have the cast and crew, everybody that was actually involved in the production of this particular figure. You see we have Howard Chan, JC Hong, what's that? It's a new name, Jafel Law, but pretty much everybody that was involved with the actual figure itself. So yeah, you already know what it is. You know what time it is. Of course, Hot Toys brings, you know, the best in figures. When I get my figures, I always go through Sideshow because, like I said, it's best around. You know, I know a lot of people actually get theirs from, you know, Big Bad Toy Store and, you know, everything else, but Sideshow, can't beat that. But without further ado, let's crack it open, you know, get the accessories out and take a look what we got in the box. Let's get at it. Okay, as you can see here, I got all the accessories out here so we can take a look. I'm gonna tell you one thing about this figure that I really love right off the back is the simple fact that it comes with a host of different accessories, items that, you know, pretty much, I think when you're paying for these figures and as much money as we do pay for it, you should get accessories like this. And like I said, I can honestly say that it comes with a lot. You see here, it has a lot of hands, and I'm talking about 8 pairs. Like it's 2 sets of, you know, pretty much 4 each. But these hands, I'm telling you right now, pretty much highly posable. I like the detail in them. Not gonna really pick them up. You know what these hands look like, but you know, pretty much I'll pick this one up because it's pretty much the one I'll probably be using. But if you see the detail on those hands, man, the gloved hands, the detail that they've actually added to it is amazing, as always. This is the infamous, like I said, the iconic Spider-Man, you know, action pose when it comes to the actual hands himself. So yeah, I mean, this right here, it gets no better. You know, when I'm looking at that, I'm like, yo, this is completely amazing. You know, I love it. But yeah, like you said, you get, you know, different hands, you know, especially if you're doing dynamic poses like I always like to do. I mean, why not have an assortment of different hands that you can pretty much use? I like the simple fact that it comes with this little camera. This is Peter Parker's camera. And I love that. I love the detail. I mean, you can actually see so much detail in this camera. You know, the camera strap itself, it has like the, you know, pretty much the Spider-Man infamous head logos on it. I do like that. It's like a lanyard, almost to speak, almost, you know what I mean, pretty much. But I like the attachment it has to the actual camera. I like the detail in that. If you know, you can pretty much see it firsthand, like the detail that they actually have there. I love it. I love everything about it. Right here, you see basically, because I'm saving the best for last. I mean, these, you know, just the accessories alone are just, you know, pretty much amazing. Comes with this little mobile phone. I like to call it an iPhone because that's pretty much what it's shaped like. Everybody else will say it's an Android. It's an iPhone to me. I'm an Apple user, so I'm just going to stick to that. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much amazing. I mean, I like just mainly the graphics that they put on that. I'll pull it up here if you know, want to take a look at that. I love that. I love the detail that they put in that. It's amazing. You know, you have him actually doing a selfie for himself. You know, Peter Parker's a little arrogant sometimes, but in a good way. Yeah, you have the figure stand itself. And, you know, pretty much the logo they have here, it's nice. I like that. It's shiny. You have the Scarlet Spider suit logo on the front of it. Just be careful with this. I mean, especially when you're posing up your figures, you don't want to actually scratch up the base. But this is the base of the actual stand. I like the logo that they actually have on it. Glossed over, looks really, really good. Spider-Man logo stands out. So I love that. Over here, you basically get, now, I'm not going to pull them all out, but when you get the webbing, you know, just like any of the other Spider-Man 1/6 scale figures that you actually get from Hot Toys, comes with the webbing. So these are little cartridges that actually comes with the webbing in it. So a lot of detail in that. I like the webs, you know, pretty much I'm going to be using that a lot. We have, like I said, these are, you know, basically this is just for the stand, so you can get that dynamic pose, you know, aerial poses that you basically want. So of course I'm gonna be using that. This is pretty much so like a backdrop that you can, you know, use, like a diorama you can actually use. I like this, and I'm gonna actually try to do a couple of things with it if I can. You know, once I, you know, get that figure out and, you know, get them posed up the way I want to see if I can get a couple good pictures with that in Flicks. But you know what? And then also this right here is part of the actual web. So it just shows like that attachment. You can get a little close up on that. That's really decent. I love it. So you can attach that to the bottom of your web. You know, get some, you know, really, really good angles and stuff on that. You can pull that off. I love that. Last but not least, not even crack it open yet, because I'm like, you know what, this, I'm just gonna crack it open now. Like this right here is probably the icing on the cake for me. It is. It's the, look at that, his little pizza, and then you have the pizza box. Let me get that out. Oops, I dropped something out, his little donut. But you get that pizza box out of here. I don't care, I'm just tearing everything open. Look at that. You get the pizza box. You can open up the actual pizza box. I'll open that up. Look at that. You open it up. You put his pizza in there. They already got one slice ready for him. Yo, that right there is amazing. Like, I love that. I love it. And the detail that they got in it looks like a pepperoni pizza. Look, you can eat this right out the box right now. But man, that's completely and simply amazing. Like, yo, the accessories you get with this, it's impeccable. And he comes with like a little donut. Look at this. Yo, simply amazing. I mean, what else can you say? He has a donut, and also he has this little, it looks like a little Starbucks coffee cup, but it's coffee bean. Man, look. I'm gonna use these accessories as much as I can. Everything I get out of it, I paid for it. So I'm gonna try to do what I can to get like some really, really, really good pics out of that. Some really good poses. But I'm telling you, like this, I mean, that I was so impressed. I'm impressed by the simple fact that they actually added these accessories. They're giving us all these accessories You know, everything that we've actually wanted, we've been asking for when we get these figures, is that we want more accessories. We crave for more accessories. And this is what we got. I mean, I can't say it enough. I can't say enough about everything that we have. I'm so impressed about it. I mean, this figure pretty much might be on my top 5 list of one of the best figures of all time. But I'm just going to wait and see how that kind of plays itself out. I'm not going to get too caught up in that. But without further ado, like I said, this is all the accessories, everything it actually comes with. But you know what? I know what you're waiting for. Let's crack that figure open and, you know, pretty much play around with it and see what we get. Go through some details, some poses. Let's get it cracking. And here we go. The moment y'all been waiting for. The Mr. Scarlet Spider himself, Spider-Man. And yo, I gotta tell you, this suit, and look, I'm zooming in as I'm talking because I'm just gonna basically start right here first. That head sculpt, this right here, look, let me just turn this around. This is incredible. I love this figure, and I'm starting with the head first because I love the detail. I love the detail in that helmet. I love the gloss on his visors, so that it gives like that webbing effects in his visor. It's kind of shiny. I love that. Love the detail on the helmet. And the thing is, you know what? I was kind of wrong because I thought that, you know, though the helmet does have a rubberized sort of like material, it does match the rest of the suit. I mean, just the detail in that and how it basically blends in so well with the rest of the suit. I'm actually bring the figure up in a couple of seconds, but I wanted to start with that helmet first, this figure, and then look, going down to the hoodie and just material. Let me actually just pull this figure up a tad bit. I just want to bring it close. Look at the material and just it alone in just the hoodie. Like, I mean, the spray paint detail that they actually added in this on it, and how they got it precisely the way it was in the actual video game. Let me just remove like the tassels off his hood. But look at that. I mean, it's incredible. The detail, even like the muscle tone in his arms, the material that they actually have on his figure is amazing. You see the same logo on the back. Look at that belt buckle. I mean, the reason why I'm pulling it this close because I wanted to give you more, you know, I wanted to actually show you everything detail by detail. The belt buckle itself looks like a more militarized type of belt buckle. Now, the one thing I want to tell you is that you cannot basically remove this hood. It's not something you can actually pull off. You know, I know a lot of people would actually try to do that, but you can't. You can't remove the hoodie. The hood you can put over top of his head. I'm not going to do it myself, but that can be done. I won't do it because I don't want to actually stretch it out. I don't want to, you know, I want to keep it because I'm not going to pose him with the hood on at all. But look at that. Look at the tone, the muscle tone, everything that you basically see here. The fabric, now, I thought that it would be rubberized throughout, but it's not. It's actual fabric material, you know, on this particular figure that they actually have with the body itself. It is material, but it is flexible material. You could get some really, really deep, I mean, range of motion when it comes, and I'll actually start with the arms. It does go out. You can't actually move it forward. You can do so many things. I know that I'm gonna be able to get the poses that I want with this figure. It's amazing. The detail, the same material basically stretches down to its pants. Now, you do see the wrist gauntlets, you know, basically where he, you know, dispenses the webbing itself. You see the web cartridge right there in the middle. I mean, this figure, I can't say enough. I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed. I am so impressed by this figure. We've already gone over the details in the actual hands itself, the material on the actual legs, everything. Everything about this figure is amazing. We have the little, now this looks like ankle monitors. Like seriously, like this is like ankle monitors you would get if you was on house arrest or something like that. But I mean, still, I like the detail and what they actually put into it. Simply amazing. I like it. It has like a little camouflage print, same print it has around the belt buckle, so I like that. I like the shoes. I like basically the way it gives like this, you know, sneaker look, like a sort of like a sneaker material, but it is flexible, sort of like what is it, the mountain climbing boots or sneakers that you can actually get for tracks and tread. I like that. And it is flexible. You can move that around, so you have range of motion when it comes to the ankle. It does have the toe pivot. You can see the tread at the bottom of the actual shoe. I love that. I mean, this thing, look, if you don't have this figure, and if you haven't already pre-ordered, you know, or if you aren't on a waiting list, because the waiting list, I believe, is still open, get on that waiting list and get this figure. Like seriously, it is incredible. I mean, so everything that I'm seeing so far about this figure is amazing. I mean, detail by detail. I'm going to actually pose him up the way I want. You probably saw before we even got to the figure that I put it in a couple poses, but I just wanted to do a couple of things just to show you how dynamic this figure is. Simply amazing. I mean, this is, to me, when I look at it, this is A+ to me. A+. This figure is most definitely a must-have, a must-get. If you haven't gotten it already, add this to your collection. I already got a couple of things that I'm gonna do. I'm waiting for, like, you know, we're a year away from getting, you know, the Far From Home Spider-Man version. I actually was lucky enough to get the homemade suit, so I can't wait to get that. Then I ordered the homemade suit with I think it's like the droid. It comes with like a I forget what they want to call it. You know, if you saw the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, I can't wait to get that. Can't wait to get Mysterio. I have so many different ideas that I can't wait to get, but this is just basically, it is, you know what, to be quite honest, this is my first Spider-Man, and I am impressed by it. I'm impressed by the detail. I'm impressed what Hot Toys gives us, and I wouldn't expect anything less. It's great. I love this figure. I love everything that you actually get with it. Like, again, if you haven't pre-ordered it, or if you haven't gotten on a waiting list, a Sideshow has a waiting list, you know, get on that waiting list to get this figure. I get all my figures through Sideshow. I'll put the link at the bottom of, you know, pretty much this video. You'll be able to actually click on and take a look at it. I have the link where you can actually go ahead on Sideshow and, you know, pretty much put yourself on a waiting list. Hopefully you can actually get it. Get all my figures through Sideshow. Sideshow. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I just got off work. But shout out to Sideshow for everything that they've actually done for me. I support them heavily. You know, look, everything's pricey, but you get what you get. And like I said, they do deliver and everything is on time. So, yep, I'll put the link at the bottom of this video where you can actually go on and put yourself on a waiting list for the Scarlet Spider. But this concludes it. I mean, this is everything, man. Like, I love this figure. I'll add some poses. I have some pictures up in the video that you'll actually be able to take a chance and take a look at. But look, get this figure. Get this figure. I can't say it any better than that. But get this figure as quickly as you can. While you can. I love it. I love everything about it. So, yep. This is my review. Like I said, LR for Side. This is LR, the man, the myth. Nah. This is for 1/6 Scale Man YouTube page. You can get this video. You can get this figure from Sideshow. If you like what you see, click the like button, share, and as always, subscribe and prepare for my next video. It's your boy LR all day, the best of 1/6 Scale collectibles, and I'm out. Get at you. Peace.